This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good evening. It's Thursday, 11th January 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, Rivers State Labour Party governorship candidate says no regrets withdrawing petition against Governor Fubara. Martin Amehule-led Rivers State lawmakers meet, promised 2 million naira support to victims of Andoni boat, to families of victims of Andoni boat accident. Rights activist Dumna Mene disappointed at failure to meet deadline for Port Harcourt refinery. APC governors caution against hasty conclusion in case against suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. On the foreign scene, South Africa accuses Israel of plan to destroy Gaza. I am Constance Mega. The Labour Party governorship candidate in Rivers State, Beatrice Itubo, says despite the confession by a chieftain of the PDP that her party was rigged out in the last election, she does not regret withdrawing her petition against the declaration of PDP's Siminalayi Fubara as governor. Recall that a PDP chieftain and Rivers State chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Chijioke Ihunwo, during an event, said the Labour Party won the last election in Rivers State but was rigged out. Now, speaking on our sister station, Wazobia FM, Mrs. Itubo said she does not believe that the electoral system can restore her mandate.
I don't feel any regret.
Okay.
Because already me, I know say, na me win the election. Now I make I even go court in the first place. So them coming out to confess, it be like which way kill Pikin. And later, when Juju catch am, we begin to confess. So I'm not beside regret, I no regret anything. Because I something already I know. Rivers people know who win that election. So all I want, make peace reign.
Well, she also advised Governor Fubara and the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, to genuinely settle their differences in the interest of Rivers people.
The only advice I go give, make him look well. But one man say, look before you leave. Make him no say any peace when they make any agreement where then they reach. Now sincere one, where everybody go there for the same page. Because waiting me I know like now when me and you don't agree on something, something else for your mind. And after the OT, you go begin come execute that one way they do. Now then they call them ambushing. I know they like that. But if everything they are saying, everybody agree, say peace, go they make the state move forward. No prizes to be. Make him melembe.
Moving on, the Martin Amehule-led Rivers State House of Assembly has committed the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Law Amendment Bill and the bill seeking to repeal the State Advertisement and Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Law No. 7, 2022 to committee level. Well, the lawmakers took the decision at their sitting today at the Assembly quarters. The first bill was referred to the House Committee on Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, while the second was referred to the House Committee on Urban Development, while both committees are to submit their reports within 2 weeks. Correspondent Sibiu Ruwari reports that the lawmakers observed a minute silence to honor victims of the Andoni boat mishap and promised to support the families with 2 million naira. Meanwhile, a lawyer, Choma Choko, believes that the Martin Amehule-led members of the Rivers State House of Assembly are working for their personal and political interests. Mr. Choko said this on Nigeria Info FM.
There are Rivers youths that have not been employed. Why have this particular Assembly's member not come up with a particular bill that will compare the executive governor of Rivers State, any of the universities recognized by NUC in Rivers State, upon the graduation of each of the students who is a member of Rivers State, that the executive governor of Rivers State or the current administration should employ them? Are they not aware that youths of Rivers State are not being employed? They are aware, but those laws are not their major concern as of today. What is important to them, the only 3 bills they have actually come up with in that assembly have all been for their own personal and selfish interest.
Persons living with disabilities in Omuma local government area of Rivers State have joined to declare support for the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, while their coordinator, Mary Jane Mweke, made this known when he led the group on a solidarity visit to the State Commissioner for Energy, Uche Maximus Nwafo, who is the political leader in the area, the former special advisor, Rivers State Government, Muke Anocha, who is the coordinator, Omuma United for SIM, and leader, Omuma Legislative Assembly, Promise Reginald, who is the sub-clan coordinator of SIM movement.
The people of Omuma, person living with disability, are in full support to our governor, His Excellency Fubara. We are in full support of them. Omuma, person with disability, we are in total support of our Excellency.
Also, former APC Assistant Treasurer in Rivers State, Charles Nweke, led 7 out of 10 APC ward chairmen in Omuma on a similar visit.
I don't see anybody in the moment that will say he is not happy with you, because we are being liberated from the shackles of the darkness. Come to Obama local government, you will see to yourself that there is no presence of government facility. And we have been suffering like this for a period of years. As long as you continue to be the governor of Rivers State, even when you are no longer a governor, we will follow you to the logical conclusion. Your Excellency, continue to do the good job you have been doing.
Others who joined in the visit include Amako Lawrence, Innocent Ide, Ahuronye Thangod, Patrick Ubani, John Wankwo, Aturonwu Joseph Wankwo, and Umosu Young. In other news, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, has stressed the need for training and retraining of personnel for effective policing. CP Disu said this during the training of the management team, divisional police officers, area commanders, and tactical team commanders across the state at the Police Officers' Mess in Port Harcourt.
The Inspector General of Police have emphasized it again and again for all commissioners of police to go back and organize trainings for their officers. We are beginning the year with this training that has to do with effectiveness at workplace. And today, the officers of the command, they have assured me that they have gained 1 or 2 things from this training. They talked about a lot of things that has to do with time management, willingness, friendliness with members of the public, putting plans into place.
Well, correspondent Emeko Tuka reports that the training was carried out by a consulting firm. An environmental rights activist, Fineface Dumna Mene, says it is disappointing that the federal government could not fulfill its promise of making the Port Harcourt refinery function last year, despite the funds committed to it. Mr. Dumna Mene spoke to Soibi Oruwari.
Today we have the Petroleum Industry Act in place, which I believe is going to address the issue of community issues, pipeline vandalism, and this is very important, as I believe strongly that whatever it is that the government is doing is going to address the issue of making sure that the Nigeria energy sector is stabilized to provide jobs, provide energy, and then address issues associated with even moving from fossil fuel to cleaner renewable energy by the year 2060 as government has projected. So in 2020.
But former process coordinator of Port Harcourt Refinery, Tony Walia, says with the level of work put in at the refinery, he's hopeful that the refinery will soon begin production.
Things I presume they could be doing now, not that they started heating crude oil. No, it's not just possible to start heating crude oil immediately. You must touch the plant, you must purge it, check that there's no leakages along the pipes and joints before you can now introduce crude. And before you even introduce crude, you must stabilize steam system, because every refinery operates with steam. There are some machines that will operate with steam. They are not depending on light. When in weeks or days start, the operators and the engineers are. I think that's the thing they should be doing now, not that.
Still to come, APC governors caution against hasty conclusion in case against suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. Stay tuned. leadership to ensure smooth and transparent leadership free from any form of crisis in Ekinigbo clan.
I sincerely wish to appreciate the chiefs, elders, and opinion leaders of Romorokani for finding us worthy to serve. And we want to also ensure that there will be peace in Romorokani community. And we are going to work in conjunction with His Royal Majesty, the King of Apana Kingdom, SACAA Wolwodo, JP, DSSR.
Despite the scandal involving the youngest federal minister, Betta Edu, a youth advocate, Chiefsin Uruebu, says, I beg your pardon. Chiefsin Nwiwu says the demand for youth participation in governance cannot be discouraged. Mr. Nwiwu, the coordinator of the Not Too Young to Run movement in Rivers State, says corruption is not bound by age, as people from all age groups can be implicated. He spoke to our correspondent.
Young people are also transparent, straightforward, and some corrupt. There are young people in Nigeria that can do better. In every facet of government, they are there. So, for the fact that this scenario has come up concerning Dr. Betty, this would not stop my stance on supporting young people with content and character to seek public office.
Well, Mr. Nwiwu called on civil society organizations to continuously act as a watchdog to check how government funds are spent. As you may know, Dr. Betta Edu's appointment as the youngest minister in the President Bola Tinubu cabinet at the age of 36 was celebrated as a win for inclusivity. Many considered it as a win for the Not Too Young to Run movement. Meanwhile, governors elected on the platform of the APC have urged Nigerians to await the anti-graft investigation findings and not to judge the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, where chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma made the appeal in Abuja. And on the foreign scene, UN top court has been told that Israel's plan to destroy Gaza comes from the highest level of Israeli government, while the claims were made by South African lawyers as it presented its case accusing Israel of genocide at the International Court of Justice. And that's the news this evening. But before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. The Rivers State Labour Party governorship candidate Beatrice Itubo says she has no regret withdrawing her petition against Governor Fubara. And the Martin Amehule-led Rivers State lawmakers met today and promised 2 million naira support to families of victims of Andoni boat accidents. The APC governors have cautioned the Nigerians against hasty conclusion in the case against suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Betta Edu. On the foreign scene, South Africa has accused Israel of plan to destroy Gaza. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.
The details.